Welcome back to King Crochet. Today I'm going to show you a different type of crochet ribbing. So in a previous video I showed you crochet ribbing using single crochet, and this one is using slip stitch. It's also really nice and stretchy, but it creates a denser ribbing, so these ridges are closer together than with a single crochet ribbing. For this sample I'm just using a bulky yarn. This is Swish Bulky from We Crochet, and I've got a size M crochet hook. For this hat I used this yarn held together with a mohair yarn, this Aloft mohair also from We Crochet, and I just used a size K crochet hook, a 6.5 millimeter. But for this sample I'm going to use a bigger hook just so you can see easier. So to start, I'm going to chain, and the longer you make your chain, the longer your ribbing will be. So I chained 7 for this ribbing, and now I'm just going to work slip stitches back along here to get started. So since I chained 7 to start, my ribbing is actually 6 stitches long, and depending on how wide you want your ribbing to be, you'll change how long your starting chain is. So here's my start, and now to turn I'm just going to do a chain and turn. And now I'm going to work through the back loop only. So this loop sticking up on the top that's really tempting to use, that's the top loop. We're going to ignore that and work into this back loop behind. And we're just going to do slip stitches all the way down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now on this very last stitch coming down, you can choose to either just work in the back loop, or you can work in both loops on the end stitch, and it gives it kind of a nice finished look. So I'm going to work through both loops, but that is a personal preference. You can choose to work through both or just work through one. And you can see already how much denser this is than a single crochet ribbing. And now for the next row, again, we're going to do a chain and turn. And now in the back loop only, we're going to just slip stitch across. And again, in the last stitch, I'm going to work through both loops. Maybe you can choose to work through both loops or just one loop. If you work through just one loop, make sure it's the back loop so it stays with the pattern. And then we'll chain 1 and turn, and we'll just go back along. And this is just what you do the whole way across until you reach the length that you want your ribbing to be. Now keep in mind that this ribbing is very stretchy, so try it on to make sure that you're not going to end up with way too much ribbing. Otherwise you'll have a very loose hat or very wide cuffs, or whatever, and maybe that's what you want, but just be aware of the stretchiness of the ribbing. This hook is too big for this yarn, so I'm having problems. Okay. So I just worked this teeny tiny little sample, and you can see it's all squished together, but it has quite a bit of stretch. So even just this, 4 rows that I did, it stretches out quite a bit to make a nice ribbing. So here it is again on this hat. It's quite stretchy. This is all that slip stitch ribbing. So as you go, keep in mind how much it's going to stretch. And it makes the hat kind of look a little bit funny, like it looks like it bubbles out, but actually when I wear this hat, this stretches to my head size, and then the hat looks pretty normal. So it's a nice stretchy ribbing. It's really easy, just like the single crochet ribbing. So if you want a slightly different look, you can give this one a try. Happy crocheting! Don't forget to subscribe for all the latest videos.